Imagine you're going for an operation and someone comes and whispers to you just a day before the operation and says, the surgeon that is going to operate on you has a mental illness. What would be your reaction? Well, I am Mary Ndabwire, a medical doctor and an advocate for people living with mental illness. This is in part because I know what it means to feel helpless and have someone stand up for you. And more often than not, our patients with mental illnesses find themselves in this helpless position. So I would like to be that person. Now, because of my passion for mental health, I founded the Haven Mental Health Foundation, which is an organization that raises mental health awareness and also links people with mental health struggles to professional care. At the same time, I joined Makerere University to pursue a master's degree in psychiatry so that I could become a fully qualified psychiatrist and offer better care to my patients. Yes, today I would like to talk to you about 2 reasons as to why you should not stigmatize mental illness, but instead support the people that are living with mental illnesses. On the 13th of May 2022, the internet broke loose. New Vision had just issued an article with the headline, 14 million Ugandans mentally sick. People became very excited. Some started using this to tease and mock their friends, saying, you could be among the 14 million, and people could laugh about it. While others decided to use it as an insult to whoever had offended them. It was all fun and games. But what does it mean to us as a country if 14 million of us are mentally sick? By 2021, the estimated population of Uganda was 45.85 million, according to World Bank, while the Uganda Bureau of Statistics projected it to be at 45.5 million. So we could say roughly 46 million people. Now 14 or 46 is approximately 30% of our population, which makes it 3 out of 10 people, or to be more precise, 1 person of 3 people. Now, on any average day, each one of us interacts with at least 3 people in a day. That could be your spouse, it could be your child, it could be your workmate, or it could be your boss. And now, if 1 person is mentally sick, that means that 3 other people at least are going to be affected in some way. How? The emotional burden of caring for this person, the financial burden of meeting their health costs if they are close to you, that lost time and productivity while you are taking off time to care for them, maybe in the hospital, they're even at home. And also the lost productivity of this person if they were working and now they are sick, they're no longer as productive. At the same time, the government loses out because this person is no longer as productive, but yet it is spending more on health care to take care of these people in the different government hospitals. By the way, I fear to break it to you, but this is your tax that is being used. So at the end of the day, we are all affected in some way. And this is what this headline means to us. And this is the main first reason as to why you should care about mental health and be part of the people that are fighting stigma. Yes. The second reason is that mental disorders are brain diseases. I'll repeat. Every mental disorder is a brain disease. Now, the only person that can never ever suffer from a mental illness is one without a brain. Yes, but if you have a brain, it could be you. It could be your close relative. It could be your child or your spouse. In fact, the biological changes that happen in the brain of someone with a mental illness have been shown to be similar to the biological changes that happen in other parts of the body, in other chronic illnesses. Like, for example, if someone has a heart disease, or they have hypertension, that's high blood pressure, or high blood sugar, stroke, diabetes. Now, let's look at this picture. It's a picture comparing the changes in a diseased heart and the brain of someone that is addicted to a drug of abuse. When you look on the left, on your left, we have the normal brain and heart. The yellow and red areas show us normal metabolism. That is the uptake of the oxygen and the nutrients by the tissue, be it brain or heart, respectively. When you look on the right, we have a diseased heart and brain. we see that there is reduced metabolism in both the disease, the heart, and the brain of someone that is addicted to a drug of abuse. And yet, many of us are more likely going to be more empathetic towards someone with a heart disease than someone with an addiction. It is this discrimination that happens even among other mental health conditions. And it's this very reason that people fear to open up and seek care. Now, discriminating and stigmatizing mental illness does not help. In any case, it makes it worse. Because of fear for stigma, discrimination, being excluded from work, people fear to seek care, to even open up. And this makes their condition worse, and their cause worsens over time. This is not what we want to be contributing to. We want to be involved in the care and promotion of mental health to help our people. But then someone may be asking, how do I know I'm discriminating someone? How do I know I'm stigmatizing? Let me just tell you about 3 things that we usually do or are common that actually stigmatize mental illness. Calling names, name calling, mulalu, zonto, maniac. Some of us might have heard these terms before, or words being used, and sometimes in a joking way, sometimes in a serious way. But they're extremely stigmatizing, and they prevent someone from seeking care because of fear of being called that. The other one is when any of our employers realizes that someone has a mental illness, their first response is to lay them off work. And yet, this wouldn't happen for someone who has a heart disease or hypertension. In fact, they would support them to say that they work and even get some days of rest. Why can't we do the same for these people? The other is that when we are in public and someone with a mental illness just approaches us, most of us appear very irritated. Some even chase them, some beat them. But this is someone who is sick. Is this how you would want to be treated if you were the one that was sick? I hope not. And it's for this reason that I call upon all of us once again to do better and join the fight. So what are some of the things that we can do to actually say that we support, we promote mental health? 1, if you're having any mental health challenges or struggles, talk openly about them. You could inspire someone else to come out and actually seek care. And also, educate yourself. Use every opportunity to educate yourself and educate others about mental illness and mental health in general. And please, let's try to avoid stigmatizing language. Let's be conscious of our language. Let's avoid these terms, calling people mulalu, maniac, zonto. We could do better. We can be more conscious and choose more supportive names, words to use, empathetic words towards these people. And the other is speak up. Speak up. If you see someone using stigmatizing statements or language, it's okay to call them out. If it's a social media post, make a comment there. Make a comment and say, no, these words you're using are not right. If we do this, we continue doing this, we are not helping, but instead aggravating the situation. If it's a media house, it's okay to write to them. Write to them and tell them, I write in regards to your article dated this date. You used such and such a word, and this is stigmatizing in such a way. I would prefer that the next time we use such and such terms. Or request for them to take down the article. You will be contributing greatly to actually promoting mental health. And if we do this together collectively, we can actually bring down the statistics from 14 million. Thank you very much.